Alright, so welcome to Season 1, Episode 2 of this. Maybe Philosophy Hour with Mr. Page, now that we have Mr. Page here.
Hello.
Yeah.
The man's here, everyone.
Enjoy it, people.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you to all the people who are listening, and by that I mean Emmanuel's mom.
Yes.
I'm going to open
She's an
this
active
soda.
fan. I wonder how that sounds.
I'm sure she is. Oh, it probably sounds quite horrible.
Sorry, viewers, for Podrick's inconsistency.
Okay, so since this is Philosophy Hour, probably like Philosophy 20 minutes, we're gonna kickstart it right off with some philosophy questions, and we're gonna, I don't know if I want you to be able to see what I'm doing over here. And
Oh, it's a surprise.
well, I'm gonna be asking you questions now. I want you to be able to read them right away.
That's what I'm sure.
Okay, so we're gonna start with some metaphysics. Easy stuff, I think.
Oh boy, my favorite.
So right off the bat, is a hot dog a sandwich? Tell us, Mr. Page.
we do need to decide this.
We need to settle this.
This
been
and like
an extensive.
bread. If you have two slices of bread and you have bread in between them, is that a sandwich? Or is that just like
I believe
triple
that's the
sandwich?
definition. Yes.
I mean, is it though?
I mean,
Because you have two slices of bread, and then you have the same slice of bread that's on the bottom, and then you have the other slice of bread that's on the very bottom.
What?
One.
He's making a modification.
Are you talking about three
Stand.
slices of bread sitting on top of each other?
Yes. Actually, that's off the subject. Hot dogs.
Hot dogs, though.
Hot dogs.
Hot dog sandwich. What are the? I don't remember what it is. What are
Parameters
the?
of a sandwich.
Isn't it like primary characteristics? Is that what it was? What are the
Uh,
primary characteristics of a sandwich?
yeah, I don't. So I don't know if those distinctions work. So I think when we talked about that, we were talking about Locke. So primary characteristics versus secondary characteristics. I don't think that really works with.
What do you mean that doesn't work?
Sandwich hot dog distinction. Okay.
I think it's critical to.
Well, when you think about it, when you define a sandwich and define a hot dog, right? So a hot dog defined a dog in a bun, right?
A bun, not two pieces of bread.
Well, yes, exactly. A bun, particularly a bun. Although I have seen impromptu ones made out of like a slice of bread used, but we're not going to talk about those.
That's just
And then a sandwich.
Barbarity.
that's
Yes.
savage.
Yeah, anyone who does that is bad and should feel bad. Okay, and we have a sandwich.
Nice
two
Zoidberg reference.
Two slices of bread. Thank you. Two slices of bread, right? With what? Anything in between it, or does it have to be like a specific type of
Anything in between it.
anything at all?
Anything in between it except for another slice of bread, and I have
Except
a reason
another
for
slice
that.
of bread. Okay. Yeah.
But first, I want to stay on
That's
hot
fair,
dogs.
that's fair.
I think a hot dog is very unique, and that any well-intentioned hot dog
Right.
starts out as a taco, right? You got your
Whoa.
yeah, but because of the way that the hot dog buns are manufactured so hastily and poorly, by the end of the hot dog, it's become a sandwich because
That's
that thing ripped, and now you're eating it like sideways, and the ketchup is all on the side, and you're not getting it on head. It's
Okay, that does happen. But what if you have like a high enough quality bun that actually like lasts to the end? It serves its purpose properly. Like a quality bun.
then it remains a taco, I'd say. A
So-
disgusting Americanized covering in ketchup taco.
So the hot
Wow.
dog is a kind of taco.
Yeah, it's the worst.
So you're saying it's like a subset of a taco that like metamorphs into a sandwich by the end of its lifetime.
Here's a question: are burritos tacos?
No.
Because now you've got bread on all four sides.
No, it is very much tacos and they're completely different families. Let me tell you that.
They're not even in the same planet.
Like you have a shell for a taco. You have like a burrito that's wrapped up in like the thing.
So a burrito is a kind of wrap.
Yes, it's like
Okay.
it's in the wrap family.
What about? But okay, well here's a question. Before you start eating the burrito, you've got bread on all six sides of the food.
Whoa.
By the time you're halfway into it, you've only got bread on 5 sides. What is that?
Okay,
Is that like
That's
a? Is
just-
that like a?
that's an open wrap.
Oh, okay.
Those are a thing, like a shawarma.
So that doesn't destroy the form of the wrap. Okay.
Exactly.
It just makes it vastly inferior. An open wrap shouldn't have the right to vote.
Okay, yes, obviously. It's a wrap so long as, like, let's say 4 sides, if we're saying like it's squarish, 4 sides are covered, that makes it a wrap. It's a wrap.
And that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. No.
Okay, yeah. But still, yes, that's the definition. In a taco, it's like a U. So in the top, it's uncovered, so.
You know why tacos are shaped like U's? Because that's what tacos care about. Tacos love you.
That's That's very true.
Are you glad you came on the show, Mr. Page?
I can't believe
Second
this is
thoughts.
happening.
He's having second thoughts.
He's having.
It happens.
I committed an hour of my life every week to this.
What have I done?
Okay, so I mentioned earlier that I don't think 3 pieces of bread on top of each other is a sandwich, and I have a very
Right.
particular reason for this, a very philosophical one, if you'll indulge me.
Of course.
By the very nature of this, the bread in the middle, before you could even make it all the way down the sandwich and consider it a complete sandwich, the
Yeah,
bread in the
sandwich.
middle has become the bottom of its own sandwich
Exactly.
with the
That's
bread
what
on the
I
top.
think.
So now you have a nothing sandwich sitting on top of a piece of bread.
Right. And
It's
technically,
just, no matter what you do, you've created another sandwich, and you can't have a complete sandwich with a piece of bread in the middle.
exactly. Yes, that's how I feel. And if you want to get technical about it,
I've had major disputes over this. I've destroyed families.
of course.
So you've met people who have who've been strongly convinced that 3 slices of bread is a sandwich.
Yeah, I met a girl, I thought she was the one, and then she told me that the Big Mac is one complete burger, and that was it. We were done.
Yeah, honestly, once they say that, you just gotta drop them.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
just-
worth it. Like,
Wait, the Big Mac is not a burger?
Because it's got that extra piece of bread in the middle.
So wait, that makes it not a burger? With
Well,
the-
there is a burger there.
Yeah,
but
there
the whole
are
thing-
meats there. And
It's- you got-
there's
you got-
It's not one.
lettuce and there's
You got like a
cheese
burger.
and there's-
Sitting on top of most of another burger, except that other burger doesn't have a top bun.
Okay.
Now, if we cut that middle bun in half,
well, then you have 2.
then you have 2. Then you have 2 burgers.
Yeah.
But you can't make 1 burger or 1 sandwich out of 3
Well,
portions of bread.
right. And what one could even say is that middle bun and the bottom bun even create their own sandwich. So that doesn't mean that there's 1 burger. That means there's 2 coexisting on the same plane of existence.
Nope.
Yeah, I think that middle slice of bread can participate in the top burger and the bottom burger.
I think if we
Yes.
cut it in half, it can.
No, I think in
Yeah,
and of
like-
itself it participates.
How can
in
something
both
be
Exactly.
burgers.
2 things as one at
2
once?
things that.
Oh, it can look.
Can I be part of this universe and the
This-
next at the same time?
Yeah,
Because that's
this-
what you're proposing
This
to me.
is smaller than this, okay,
Fully
but
understand.
it's taller than this, okay. So this is both small and tall, right?
Mr. Page is pointing at his fingers, in
Yeah.
case you didn't realize anyone
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
So one person who's 6 feet tall is tall compared to the 5 foot tall person,
Right.
but he's short compared to the 7 foot tall person. So he's
Exactly.
both tall
That
and
doesn't-
short.
But I mean, like,
It's coexisting.
I think
as
this
2
is a bit different because if it's like one person, it's like you can't be in a relationship with 2 people at once. I mean, you
Okay.
can, but it's not really okay.
Yeah, we don't approve
You gotta
of this.
cut yourself in half
kids.
if you're
No,
gonna do
that,
that.
so
Right?
that
Yes,
person in
yes.
the middle, he's to the left of one person and to the right of another person.
Exactly.
So he's participating in both.
No,
of
but I
those
mean, when he has
people.
been grouped together with the person to the right of him,
Okay.
like the middle piece
Then
of bread
those
in a
are
Big Mac
2
has been
people.
grouped with
Yes.
the top.
Then those are 2 people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
now
we can
you
also
can't
look at
group
those-
him with the other one.
Yes, we can. We can
Yes.
also look at him next to another person and say, oh, those are also 2 people.
Exactly.
But he's
He
already
just cooked
committed. Think about how you're breaking the heart of the first person.
Okay.
This is an
Okay.
appeal to emotion. That's a logical fallacy.
Oh,
Boom! It is
we're
finished.
talking about sandwiches.
It is finished.
No appeals to emotion here.
I suppose
Exactly.
that's fair to say as we're all soulless monsters.
Can't argue with that. It's indeed true.
Okay, I think we've exhausted our sandwich discussion.
I feel we've contributed something substantive to the.
We're trying to make
dialogue.
philosophy very approachable here,
Right.
and we're gonna start with
Okay, very good.
with sandwiches. I thought I had another. Oh no, I don't.
You have any?
I got it.
Okay. But so, any more
should start
philosophical questions to gander over?
I thought I had one,
Yeah, take a swig. Of
but I
that.
think I X'd out of the tab on accident, and I kept one
Wow.
that
We
mentions
solved the most important.
and I
That's
kept
true.
I kept a question
As long
that
as we
mentioned
have
drugs, and I don't think we're allowed to. I mean, I wasn't like really into it,
that.
but
Don't mention the D word. None of that.
Oops. Okay.
okay. I'm gonna go. This is bad. So we're gonna have a lot of. I'm gonna go through more Yahoo questions, and we're gonna try to find another good philosophical one. There is a philosophy section on here, but it's not in the sidebar. So like, I have to find someone. I have to go under all, and find someone who posted a question to that category, and then I can get to it.
That's just the struggle of a philosophist.
Okay.
As we call them,
Philosopher. Yes.
philosophistas.
Yes. Yes.
a lot of these are very.
For a philosopher.
Oh my god, there's a lot of politics in here, and I don't want to bring that on the show.
Oh, none of that. This is a.
Okay, yeah, I might have to leave the all section
Yeah.
because it's just politics.
I wonder why.
Yeah, so continuing on what other types of so we've established sandwich, taco, and wrap.
Right.
I'm gonna keep doing this because I'm
Major
stalling for time while I find
Yeah.
another one. So what do you think? Are there any others that we're missing?
Yeah, those are the major categories of meaning. Everything really, if we think about it, is a kind of sandwich, taco, or wrap.
Right. Those are the three major.
These are the three noble truths of my new
Exactly.
religion.
Exactly. Everything else is just a subset.
We just have to think about how everything works into the subsets of each of these three
Exactly.
major categories.
Exactly.
So there's nothing. So like, my chair
Exactly. This
clearly a
this is
taco,
only holding two sides, right?
Right.
So that's the taco. It's a kind
Exactly.
of taco.
and they're connected.
And this Pepsi can, right? There's one side open, which is the burrito, so it's
Right.
in the wrap
So it's a wrap.
category.
Exactly.
I think we're onto something.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the universe then? Does anyone know what shape the universe is? A circle, I guess.
Hmm. What would the universe be?
It would have to be a wrap, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a wrap. It like it swirls, right? Like a.
It has to. It,
Well, the
it
galaxy.
does
Yeah.
encompass all.
We need to get some.
sides.
We need
Yes.
to get one of the
it
science
doesn't
teachers in here.
Like all the sides.
So there you go. It's a kind of burrito.
It had to be.
Okay, and environment is a bad category because it's just people debating global warming. Okay.
Oh. Is global warming a taco?
Taco, burrito, or wrap.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, wait. It was what was it? No, it was sandwich.
Sandwich.
Yeah, you mentioned
Wrap.
wrap
Taco and
twice.
wrap.
Taco.
Yeah.
Burritos are like a subset of wrap,
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
which is why tacos are superior because tacos are their own section. Like tacos are not a subset of something else.
That's true.
They're their own family. It's true. Tacos are interesting things. What else would there be? Pizza rolls are wraps.
Those are wraps. This is some riveting entertainment right here. Well,
It
like,
is. It is. But what?
Calzones or wraps.
Of course.
what's pizza?
Yeah, with pizza itself.
Ooh. Okay. That's just a taco that's been.
Right. No,
Let
it's
down.
just an open taco.
Exactly. It's an open taco. So. That's
Well,
the-
then everything's an open taco because you can just fold it in half.
I mean.
Tacos. I think we've really reached the real truth here.
Well,
Tacos are the
true.
universal constant.
Exactly.
Right.
Tacos are the true.
Everything
form.
is a taco.
Right, right, right.
Everything's.
That's perfection.
It's just not everything has reached its full potential as a taco.
Lesser levels. Lesser levels.
We need to start a religion where we just go around folding things in half and like.
That's what we need to strive for to become tacos. Tacoism.
Oh man.
Just fold it all up.
Social science. You think there's gonna be anything good in there?
Social science. What would that be like?
A lot of these are either about politics or something I can't talk about
Oh boy.
in a school-sponsored show, or they're just really long and drawn out.
Well, we could bring up the enemy. You still have that?
The what?
The one about the.
Oh yeah, we were gonna. I guess I could.
Cause like.
We can stretch that one out too.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna check to see something real quick. I'm gonna check to make sure we're still recording. We are. I just want to see how long we're at right now, and it's not.
Well, like 15 minutes maybe.
Yeah, about.
I
It's
think
not really telling me. So.
I think start like.
Oh no, here we go.
6.
Just shy of 14 minutes.
Just
All
shy.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're making good time.
Yeah, yeah. You got solid stuff. But
Okay, I gotta find this in my Google Docs.
for
Here
those
we go.
for those of you who don't
Okay,
know,
you're gonna love this, Mr. Page. We're unfortunately, this is gonna be the only thing we repeat from our pilot, because
oh yeah, I mean,
'Cause-
people read stuff from the pilot all the time. It happens.
yeah.
And all 2 people who watched that probably won't mind anyway. So.
Okay, I want you to ask. I want you to tell me the philosophy of the answer to this question. Like, it really doesn't have anything to do with philosophy.
be something.
Okay. Help! My enemy goes to the same community college as me. This enemy
This is a
humiliates.
Yahoo question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is not-
the same
Yeah.
community college. Okay.
This is no. These are the ancient musings of Plato.
Right.
All right. So this enemy humiliated me with an horrible incident that happened to me since the beginning of high school almost 4 years ago, parentheses, 355, close parentheses, I have no idea what that is. And I felt so mad and disappointed today that I saw my enemy at the assembly, and it's disappointing for me because I thought I weren't going to see them for life since I started community college 3 weeks ago. Oh my god, this run-on sentence. And so far, it only made it to 3 months enjoying my life without my enemy being at my sight. What could be worse, with a T,
Yes.
is that this is the longest person I've known, this kid, since 4th grade, and I'm going to deal with this when I go to the cafeteria to eat or when I'm switching classes until May 2019. My question is... That was in all caps. So
That's very good.
Emphasis.
I don't know if it's possible if I could switch college with the same name but different town once the semester is over before the holiday winter season and New Year's, question mark? Did you get all that?
I suppose. Okay.
The last bit's gonna need a lot of
Are there any-
adaptation.
Philosophical schools of thought that could help this poor young idiot.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that's the school he should be going to, not community college.
deciding what school to go to, is that, or
Well, he has this enemy, right?
Let's start with the enemy.
Yeah.
How can we cure him of holding a grudge like this for so
Right.
long?
okay, so this enemy is tormenting this person.
Apparently.
Yeah, somehow.
For
and-
something he did at 3:55 p.m. 4
Presumably.
years ago.
Okay.
A lot of weird stuff happens at
So
3:55
taunting
p.m.
him with
Well, we don't know that.
something.
Could have just like stolen his ramen noodles or something. I don't know.
Well, is it something that this person did that is shameful to them? Is that what it sounds
Well,
like?
they got an enemy out of it, so I don't know.
Yeah, enemy's like a really strong word to
But
use
yeah, like
there.
why is that person an enemy? Is it
That's what we were wondering.
because he's
Yeah, that's a real
shaming
question.
him, or is it because
They don't
of something
say.
he did, or
It's up to interpretation, I guess. It's pretty. I mean,
at least we know this person doesn't want to be around the enemy.
yeah, it's not like they want to.
That's a good way to fix your problems. Just
Yeah.
run away from them.
I mean,
Philosophy. This is beyond the reach of philosophy, I suppose.
This man is beyond help.
no,
This man is.
I think what we, I think one of the things that makes us really, actually, no, there's some philosophical.
Oh, here we go.
There we
This is
go.
why we
What
have.
does it say here?
Gears are turning.
Yeah,
You know, I know we're not playing Until Dawn here, but I mean, you know,
Oh,
we're
yes.
yeah.
there's still something for you.
Yeah.
If I think about why I'm so willing to be upset by maybe the bad things that people say about me, okay,
All right.
Mm-hmm.
is partially because I'm very willing to believe that they could be true, okay?
Yeah.
I think the root of that has to be an idea of self-loathing. I think there has to be a level of self-loathing there.
So the person asking the question
Yeah.
hates themselves.
Well, I think that's something that everybody shares. It's not something unique to this person. But
That's fair.
if there's
What
something
if the enemy
that
is him?
well, the true enemy.
Bah, bah. Okay, no, keep going.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
interrupt you.
If somebody came up to me and said you're a jelly donut, okay, obviously I'm not
That'd be pretty
worried about people believing that, or I'm not scared about people thinking that about me, or
Maybe that's the other subset of sandwiches. Is jelly
jelly
donut.
donuts.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Then that's not something that's going to upset me. But if I do have this sense of self-loathing, if I do believe that I'm truly unworthy, if I do kind of give credit to these negative things that people say about me,
That potentially
then
be a
that
jelly
can,
donut.
yeah, that can definitely isolate me, feed into the sense of isolation. I think the real solution here is to first off recognize that you can't know the other person's intent just based on their action, right?
That's
Okay.
true.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
In fact, what we tend to do, which is extremely unhealthy, is we kind of make up motives behind people's actions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Behind our enemies, actually.
Well, exactly.
Yes,
This is an enemy. We
Yeah,
don't
this
wanna
is
forget
somebody who she probably doesn't know very well, and so she's constructed a he, sorry.
Nah.
He doesn't know very
that.
well,
Are you implying
and so
that a woman?
Ah,
I honestly don't know. They don't say.
yeah,
He's
it's pretty Vegas.
he's constructed a narrative or a motive behind the action, okay?
Right.
So actually the solution really is not that surprising. The solution is to show love to the person that
Oh, man.
Bringing it all back.
is ostensibly your enemy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this person sounds confused
Very
about
much so.
what the person's done, about what the evil is that was done to them, about
Among other things.
it's just it's very confused. I think clarity can be achieved if you start showing love to that person, and then you can learn from them.
You should be a therapist if this whole
Yeah.
if this whole Jesuit thing doesn't work out.
Yeah, like that was.
I would agree with you very much, unless what they did 4 years ago was stabbed me, because then I would not. Then I'd be like, I don't know if I want
How
to
do I
interact with them.
interpret the motive behind?
Yeah. That takes some deep.
Got me right in the kidneys. Okay.
Yeah.
What we were really wondering about, besides this, is they seem to think that you need to change your name when you switch college,
Or like they wanted.
or they want to go to
college
a
with the
different
same
college that has the same name.
name. Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe they got.
I'm confused by that.
That was very. That's like.
We
a
have
scripted
stumped
part.
the page.
It is done.
All right.
Yeah, he's proposing it as a solution to his problems.
To leave the college.
Yeah. Or change.
But with the same name, right? So that's part of his solution.
I don't know.
So I don't
Yeah.
know what that is about.
Maybe change his name or same college name. That.
He lives in some weird universe where you have to change your name every time you switch colleges.
Yeah, and he somehow communicated with us.
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna kind of turn this in another direction because I don't want to spend too much time on this because that would be very annoying to anyone who has already listened to the 4 people who have already listened to the
Yeah, sorry
original
guys.
one, myself included twice. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to our article that we read. We read one last week
Yeah.
about a car thief. Speaking of tacos, about a car thief being
He got
brought down from being baited out of a tree by a taco.
Yeah.
But I don't. We have
Love is a taco.
we have another great one today. We're very food oriented today, especially with
That's
this article.
I'm very hungry, so
I'm drinking
I
a
actually
soda.
appreciate that.
Yeah. This is it's a very common theme.
Is that why you always go home at 4 so you can eat?
So I can eat a lot.
He just eats a lot and then prays that fat away.
That's how it works.
I do typically grab I know I'm very lame. I'll grab a glass of milk after school.
Dude, I love it.
Yeah, a good glass of milk is fine.
Okay. So we are going to be discussing today one of the greatest rivalries in sports histories,
Oh dear.
the Savannah Bananas
Oh yes.
and Macon Bacon.
Okay, you need to get the backstory behind this.
Okay, yes, let me get into this. So, this is, I think, might even be less than minor league, just a local thing put together of local baseball teams in Georgia's Coastal Plain League. Okay?
Georgia.
Okay.
Just hear me out on this.
I
Okay.
understand.
And since 2016, the only team in this league, it's not quite a league, I guess they compete in other leagues, have been the
Yeah.
Savannah Bananas. So I suppose there's a town somewhere in Georgia
Yes.
on the coast, on the coastal plains named Savannah,
Yep.
and they have a baseball team
In the Coastal Plain League.
called the Savannah Bananas. But recently, a new team joined the league from a town called Macon, and their team name is Macon Bacon.
Yeah.
Just so we know, I guess this is what people do in Georgia, because there's not much left. Okay.
That happens.
Oh, never mind, I misspoke. So Macon Bacon is now the 16th team in the CPL League, which features franchises in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia.
Like.
And Virginia,
Georgia.
not Virginia's.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Savannah Bananas launched in February of 2016 and have since won the Coastal Plain League Championship and set a CPL record for attendance. So I guess
Pretty legendary.
some teams don't show up all the time,
Oh dear.
is where we're at.
That's not great.
But the Bananas, well known for their unique name, are up against a new food franchise. Macon Bacon unveiled their team name on Wednesday, September 27th at the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame. Okay, among the other name contenders were Macon Hits, Macon Heat, Macon Soul, and Macon Noise.
I like making noise.
I'm more partial to Macon Bacon.
Of course you are.
And much like Savannah, Macon chose the tastier route. And needless to say,
Yeah.
the announcement launched a social media food fight. The Savannah Bananas released an official protest video stating that they will not tolerate the Macon Bacon. In the video, they urge fans to help #Stop the Sizzle and save an adorable pig named Chunk, all to the tune of Sarah McLachlan's Angel.
Oh dear. Okay.
It's a real beauty.
Oh,
That's
look at
actually
this.
like convinced me to
I
put
can
it aside.
vote for making bacon again because I reloaded the page.
Oh,
So I'm gonna do that.
Vote for
Making
Savannah
bacon is still
Bananas.
winning. Making bacon!
Okay, sure, yeah.
Oh, you're just gonna give up like that?
I went to the Savannah Bananas homepage, and they're
They have a
actually
website?
Yeah, and they said join the movement to stop making bacon. It's like on their front page.
Oh man.
They're serious about this, which
This
they
is-
ought to be.
There is more going on here than like actual baseball. There's more
Yeah.
hashtagging than there is baseball playing.
Yes, it's quite the movement.
I'm quite excited to see the future of making bacon. I would play the video they made, but if I start playing a video in here, it'll stop recording.
Yeah.
So I can't do that.
Can't work with that. But
So who are you favoring, Mr. Page? Who's
the
the
Savannah
better dude?
Bananas want to save the pig chunks.
I'm
so-
all about making bacon.
Savannah Bananas.
Emmanuel's for the Savannah Bananas. You gotta break the tie here.
Gotta save the pigs.
Okay,
The pig.
how am
Which
I
one?
supposed to decide between these two?
You pick the better name,
Bribery.
which is obviously making bacon. So like that shouldn't be hard.
Okay.
A better name? I don't. Under what, like, premise? Like, what makes
What are your
one better
parameters?
than?
Bacon is better than bananas. How about that?
Bacon is
In what way is it better?
exactly.
In what ways is bacon better than banana? Like the food?
Yeah.
Well, considering that.
It's
bacon
certainly not healthier than bananas.
Mm.
healthier for the soul.
Okay.
So
Alright.
bacon attends to the soul,
Yes.
Yes, it isn't that
In a
what really
good
matters
way.
in the long run, Mr. Page.
and then
SJ.
Sure.
and then bananas are a detriment to the soul. Is that your
Bananas would be great soul food too.
Bananas are very humiliating if you eat them the wrong way in public. And so I
Okay.
would say yes. You've never been embarrassed because you like bit into your bacon a weird way.
Okay, but like
You just look cool because it's like you're that guy and he's eating bacon.
you only eat bacon, or well, you don't have to only eat bacon, but bacon's known for being eaten in the morning. Bananas are versatile and can be eaten at any time of the day.
Who says bacon can't be eaten at any
I'm
time
not
of the day?
saying no. That's what society says. Is what I'm saying.
Bananas are known for being eaten-
Anytime. You can eat
So
bananas
just because-
anytime.
But you can eat like bacon burgers. You
That's
eat
a bacon
one of those for dinner.
We're talking about the individual foods, all
Or you
right?
can put bacon
Alright?
on your
Don't
pasta.
bring sandwiches into this.
Or your
Who puts it on pasta?
I put my bacon on like sun-dried tomatoes with
Like, you make
Alfredo
bacon
sauce.
bits?
That sounds tasty.
Yeah, like you break it up. Yeah.
I guess.
Or you can put it on chicken wraps.
Talking about bacon prime, bacon classic, basic bacon versus basic banana.
So bacon can go on meals, but bananas can also go in desserts. They
Exactly.
can
Bananas
go
are so.
in
Bananas are
this-
versatile.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Bacon is versatile. You know how many meals I just named that bacon can go on? I have more.
2.
Okay, you got your pasta.
Yeah.
You got your burgers.
Named those earlier, so that's 2.
What?
That's 2.
You got your chicken wraps.
Sure.
You got your chicken wraps with buffalo sauce on them.
Okay.
no, I won't say-
Alright.
I'm just kidding.
Alright.
I'm just kidding. You got your my dad sometimes makes a sandwich where he'll
Your
make
dad sometimes makes a sandwich.
2 pieces of toast
Okay.
and then he'll put peanut butter on them and then he'll put bacon in it and it's like actually really good.
Okay.
You got your you've got your breakfast food. All right. You can put bacon in the pancakes or dip it in the orange juice.
I'm counting that as one thing. I'm just counting that as bacon breakfast.
Okay.
There's bacon breakfast, bacon sandwiches, bacon.
There's
Wraps.
bacon wrapped steak.
That sounds.
That's a thing.
That's true.
I believe you, but like,
There's you can put bacon bits in your salad.
yeah.
That's kind of the only reason people eat salad. So thank bacon for that. So bacon is healthy because we wouldn't be
Okay.
eating salads if it wasn't for bacon.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep my croutons.
And what can you put bananas in?
All of those things, probably, if you really want. Okay, first
okay,
off, okay, you
that's
can put
gross.
your banana. You can fry bananas, right? You can put bananas on Sundays. You can put bananas.
Yeah, if you want to ruin your Sunday.
Okay, sure. You can put bananas in a milkshake if you want to, or a smoothie. You can put those in those types of drinks.
I'm seeing a lot of drinks.
Drinks, yeah,
Not a
2
whole
drinks.
lot of
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
and I don't think a banana flavored smoothie counts because we all know that McDonald's isn't putting real bananas in those smoothies. All right.
Okay. Non-McDonald's banana smoothies.
You know what? Like, name a fast food restaurant that would go to the trouble of not just using some sort of powder and.
Name a breakfast restaurant that wouldn't go through the trouble of using fake bacon.
They use real bacon. You can't make fake bacon.
Turkey bacon. Hello.
Turkey bacon is an abomination, and I don't want to hear it again.
Exactly.
How is that an
Exactly.
abomination?
It's just gross. I mean, turkey is
I'm actually like
awful
content.
enough to begin with.
Okay. No, let's eat this on bananas. I'm not going to start on turkey. That's a completely different thing. Anyway, where was I?
If you put a turkey in a sandwich, it's no longer a sandwich. It's just a mistake.
Wow.
Okay, first off, neither of you are arguing about how one is bad. Okay.
Okay.
You're just pointing out that both of them are good. Okay, and I agree. Both
That's
of them
true.
are good.
Okay, no, okay, fine.
Now we're gonna have to
Bananas are horrible.
Okay, sure.
Even though I'm like actually okay with bananas.
Exactly.
Like, no,
Yeah,
I hate
I
them
don't-
now. I
We're
hate them
all
now.
okay with bananas. We're all okay with bacon. I have no basis to judge between one or the other. They're both, whatever. Okay.
I mean,
Let's take this
I
back
have no
to
basis to argue with anyone as long as they admit that bacon is superior. I don't.
Let's take this to the beginning of the argument. Making bacon versus Savannah bananas.
Making bacon rhymes.
Savannah
Better.
bananas. Right.
Savannah banana. It's not Savannah's bananas.
Okay.
Alright?
I'm sorry. How do you spell
If it was like the
pronounce
Savannah
bacon
banana,
phonetically?
and it was just like one dude on the team, and he's like, "Hey, it's the Savannah banana," and he was so good that he could play the game by himself, then I'd root for them.
Okay.
But no,
Okay, that'd be impressive in of itself. I think anyone would root for a team that could do that. And secondly, what was I gonna say?
that sounds like a superhero.
The Savannah banana?
Yeah.
Probably could be.
Just in that one town.
Yes, he's there. He's the hero they need, but not the one they deserve.
You wanted him to pronounce Macon or spell Macon or.
Yes. Spell making.
Macon. And bacon is spelled Bacon, so it rhymes.
Okay.
It rhymes in all but one letter. They're basically the same word.
Okay.
Versus Savannah and banana, alright? So already
What
the
I'm
first syllable is off.
What I'm saying is
Rhyming game, weak.
making bacon is like an easy rhyme. You like you said, you literally just change the first letter and then you rhyme. That's like rhyming with fiming. You're just changing the first letter.
Except fiming isn't a word. What?
Okay. Betting with getting. Betting with getting. That's like doing that. That's a cheap rhyme. Okay. You're just changing the first letter of the word. It's like saying
How is that a
betting
cheap
with
rhyme?
because you're just changing one letter.
Alright, so if you were writing a rap song
Okay.
and you have betting and then you get getting, is that cheap somehow? Like if that's like
That's
two
different.
lines now?
That's in like a
How is that different?
That's in the composition of a song. This is a name.
Alright, let's make
of
a song
team.
about making bacon, alright?
Okay.
Mr. Page, I want you to lay down
Okay.
a beat for me.
What? I am not participating in this madness. Okay.
Alright, fine.
Okay, but back to the
No,
basics.
I heard a Tupac song once. I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Yes, I'm a professional disc jockey.
Doesn't matter if I'm the whitest person on this side of the Mississippi. I can do it.
Just gotta believe that bananas are better than bacon and
Nope.
Savannah banana. Okay.
And you know what?
I like both of them under different circumstances. Okay.
I think this is an important point. We need to keep them segregated. No, I'm just
Okay, yeah, sure. Right.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
But anyway. Okay, then answer me this. Just one final point.
All right.
Chunk the pig. Do you want him to live or die?
No.
No.
I want him to live a little bit longer so we can get bigger and so we can get more bacon out of him. But what has Chunk done for me? Okay. I'll tell you what Chunk can do for me. He
Okay.
can get me some bacon.
So you're saying his life purpose is to serve you as bacon on a platter?
Yeah. What?
That's
It's
the
a
end.
pig. What is it gonna like? Is it gonna go all Animal Farm on me and like rise up and take over?
Maybe. Maybe he will. Maybe that's what he needs to do.
Not if I kill him first.
Okay.
Make bacon out of him.
Wow. Alright. So.
Never heard of any dead pigs overthrowing society.
That is true. I
See,
have
Mr.
not.
Page is with me.
Sure.
Would you kill Chunk? Would you kill Chunk for the bacon?
Actually, I try to avoid. I know this is kind of weird. I don't
Are you
know.
about to tell me you're a vegetarian?
No, I'm
Not
not a
vegetarian.
vegetarian.
Ooh,
But
I was about to kick you off the show.
I do actually avoid like cooking meat. So if people serve me meat, I will eat it.
Yeah.
But I will avoid.
What about
cooking
killing meat?
Right. So I don't hunt or anything like that or do anything like that. Yeah.
Exactly. He doesn't slaughter innocent pigs. Unlike
Well,
you.
okay.
Oh, innocent pig.
I'm not going.
That pig stopped being innocent when it started growing bacon on its rear.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa. So you're saying that like it's his fault he looks so tasty
It's not his
because
fault,
it's not his fault.
but like, it's worth it, you know?
It's worth
Like,
it. Whoa. So you're saying he's completely innocent. He's completely fine.
Chunk has done nothing to me,
Okay.
but he hasn't done anything for me either.
Then that
alright?
means he's neutral.
And that means
He's innocent.
I have not
Okay, so
killed a good man for bacon. I've
Okay,
killed
exactly.
a neutral pig.
This is very strange. Okay, so you're.
Chunk doesn't even know he's been. If you ask me, I think Savannah Bananas are the real culprits here because they're running Chunk in the middle of this debate that he knows nothing about when he could be In my belly right now.
Oh my god.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Okay, what were you
So
gonna
they're
say?
instrumentalizing chunk for their political purposes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
It's like they want to give that cat to the Cardinals. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
There was like
Some cat running around the game.
yeah, like this cat the stray cat that decided to start living in the stadium started running onto the field, and it got picked up by an animal shelter, and then the Cardinals tried to adopt it, but the animal shelter wouldn't give it to him because they were like, oh, you're gonna treat it horribly, like the Savannah Bananas are treating Chunk.
Okay, sure.
Keeping him alive like that? Oh,
Yeah,
disgraceful.
That's the worst thing. That's so inhumane. You're right.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
It's
Okay,
they even used the Sarah McLachlan song, and like I think that should be a war crime at this point, using a Sarah McLachlan song.
I don't know what a Sarah McLachlan is.
She's the
In the arms of the angel. Have you ever heard that?
of the I cannot sing. There's this ad for like straight dogs or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so
She's an actual singer. Like she does.
Yeah.
It's just that's what she's known
There's an
for.
empathic appeal. Okay.
Right.
Doing commercials.
Which I think.
That's got to be nice.
I think like the ends justify these means, in my opinion.
The ends justify the means, Emmanuel.
In this case, they want to save Chunk, right? So they can use a song.
Do they though? Do you think they really care about Chunk?
Okay. Okay. What do you think they want to do? Oh yeah, you said they just want to what?
They just want to get rid of Megan Bacon.
Right. Right. Okay.
They're using Chunk for their
Yeah,
political
Chunk
purposes.
is a pawn in their game, and we need to put him.
Okay. So you just want to euthanize him because he's.
I don't want to euthanize him. I want to murder him for food. What do you think we're gonna get him like some morphine and just no?
Okay. Sure.
I don't think murder.
I don't know how they
can
kill
that,
pigs
but,
on like farms and stuff.
I-
But I'd imagine it's not with drugs or anything because that'd be really expensive.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Page, you were gonna say something before.
No, I was just
Yeah, I'm sorry. I get.
curious about your procedure for determining what you eat or not. So
If it smells good, I eat it.
okay, so if it smells good, I eat it. Okay, if it
Not always.
hasn't done anything for me, then I can eat it. Yeah, is that one of your rules?
Well, I don't eat people.
Okay.
Well,
wait,
to
that's-
be fair, I've never
that's another
tried,
rule. Okay.
Yeah.
but
Don't knock it till you
it's
try
not
it.
really
yeah?
on my priorities right now.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're saying.
So no people, and no things that help me,
So if a cow saved your life.
If a cow saved my life,
and no things that smell bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are your rules.
Those are your parameters.
if a cow saved my life, which I don't know how it would do, maybe it.
You're dying and you need milk.
I'm not drinking straight out of.
Would you rather die or
Unless
take?
it smells good. No, I'm
Okay.
just kidding.
All right. All right.
If that'd be a really weird. Okay, first off, for that scenario to play out, I'm dying somewhere on a field in like the middle
Okay.
of nowhere.
You're about to like fall into a I don't know bunch
and the
of
only way to save me.
stampeding bulls, and the cow like
And the
bites you
only
by the
way to-
leg and pulls you off. Pulls you
Okay.
out of the way.
How does
Okay.
a cow pull?
That makes more sense at least. I guess than like this miracle milk that just saved my life.
Right.
I don't know how a cow's gonna pull me out of a stampede
Okay.
without getting
Let's just be
stampeded.
hypothetical. Let's just say it does.
I'm trying to make sure that I can kill and eat this cow.
Okay.
I get the only cow that has done anything for me, I'd say, is the cow that's on a Pink Floyd album cover, and that thing's probably dead by now because that
Of
album came
course.
out in the '70s.
I would say the cow would have to intend to help me.
Okay.
And
So
if
if
a
someone
cow can't
accidentally
intend-
helps me,
yeah.
they're still fair game.
Oh wow! Wow.
If that would be truly helping me, if somebody intends to help me. Okay. If
Well,
somebody just drops a $5 bill and I steal it, they're not helping me. Okay, I'm being a thief. Okay.
But I don't know. I still wouldn't eat that person.
No,
Okay, yeah,
well,
yeah.
thank you. I'm glad you wouldn't eat that.
They'd have to smell good first. No. So, well, what were we saying? Chunk is innocent.
Chunk is innocent.
He's neutral.
I mean,
he hasn't done anything to you, but you
He's
think
like Switzerland, but like, come on, who wouldn't invade Switzerland for all that sweet gold? All right, I think that's a perfect example.
right?
That is not a perfect
I don't know. All the Swiss Guard are in the Vatican City protecting the Pope for some reason, so like they're defenseless. I can't imagine that Switzerland has any sort of army.
They have cheese.
I'd go in through Liechtenstein.
I thought
Alright.
their population was basically almost entirely militia. Like they.
Oh yeah, they might have conscripted service.
I
Yeah.
think so. I'm not sure about that. No, I completely do not know. I think I've heard that somewhere, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
So therefore, if you take on
What has Switzerland done for me though?
what is Switzerland? They haven't.
Therefore, I can invade them. Is that
Okay.
That is a bad parameter for action.
Exactly.
It's like
Exactly.
just a week later. What have you done for me recently, Mr. Page? Oh no. Okay.
So I'm gonna die soon. Okay, interesting.
Well, I mean, if you skip out on this to play video games again, I might.
Apparently, yes. That's I better watch out for that.
Yeah, watch your back when you're walking through the hallways. Is all I'm saying.
Yes.
Anyway.
All right. Okay. So here's something. The Prep News recently sent out a survey. I don't know if you got this, Mr. Page. They asked all the students if A and P is comic or ironic.
Have you read A&P?
I have not.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna give him a quick synopsis. What do you think?
I think it's comic.
Of course you
And
do.
here's
Of
the
course
fun,
you do.
Here's the fun thing. I don't remember why I think it's comic, but I do remember that I'll punch anyone who says it's ironic in the face. Like,
I don't know what I'm fighting for, but I'll fight for it. Yeah, let's go.
Well, I'm glad you're
I mean, I
transparent.
remember I was very deeply like I started out believing it's ironic because I like ironic stories more. Like the catharsis from that is more pleasurable, but I was convinced it was comic. But I honestly don't remember.
Okay, and now no one can convince you otherwise because you don't even remember your reasons
I think
for believing it in the first place.
I think it was like, so he left the store.
Yeah.
I think it was like, okay, so he's gonna have a better life now.
He was looking for
because
this
he
girl.
left, because he no longer works for an awful person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's gonna be. Okay,
Well-
so the synopsis of the story is, it's this guy who works at a grocery store, by a beach,
Yeah.
and so this really hot girl comes in nothing but a bikini, and like I think she has some friends with her, in nothing
Yeah,
but a
like
bikini,
Two
and he's
other
like,
girls.
hey yo, like, I don't think he has any malicious intent, but he's like. I think he ends up checking him out,
Yeah.
and
Talks
then
about scoops of.
his manager comes up while he's checking out their peanuts or whatever. I don't know, their bacon.
I think it was like some fish things, like in a jar.
I don't know. And his manager comes up and says, "Hey, you gotta leave because you're not, like, because you're in a bikini."
No shoots, no serves, no.
And so like
Yeah, however it goes.
the girls are like, "Oh, really?" And then he's like, "Yeah, you gotta go." So they leave, and like. I think while the girls can still see him, the narrator quits.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not gonna work for someone like that, and like he leaves too, and that's it. And the
But
question
he's expecting to see.
is that
he's all-
comic or ironic?
He expects to see. He wants to see the girls like outside. He's like sort of in his head. He knows that like they probably don't care about him or whatever. But what he wants to see
How do
is
you
girls
know?
outside. Okay, excuse me.
Are you just putting thoughts into this man's
Let's
head?
omit that entire thing. He wants to see the girls outside. He goes outside. They're not there. He's in the little parking lot by himself. He's out of a job. He didn't get the girls. What does he have? His quote-unquote freedom.
Yeah. Now I can go hang out on the beach.
Can he though?
I seriously think I'm forgetting something else that made me think it was comic, because now my argument seems really flimsy, and I'm not sure how to feel about it.
Exactly. That just means that it's ironic.
I'd have to read the story again, to be honest.
Obviously, the way in which it's told probably lends itself to some comedy. Is that what happens? It's like funny the way it's
It's like
told.
some
No, this is English comic. Do you know what that is?
Okay.
Like,
positive versus.
is it a happy ending or
Yeah.
a sad ending?
Exactly, basically.
Oh wait, that's the only distinction?
That's
More or
comic
less.
ending is happy,
Like life
ironic
affirming,
ending is sad.
freedom.
Oh,
Everything was-
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
that,
didn't-
that kind of
I
comment.
did
Like,
not know that. Okay.
like-
Of course,
like
Mr.
Don-
Page is going to think it's ironic because we haven't given him all the facts.
yeah, and because he wants to be right. But what I'm saying is, when he leaves the store, it's like, what is it? Like, it's kind of dark outside, right?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure, like, there's like a glimmer of light that he sees, but when he's outside, it's gone. Like
It's
on the
the
pavement.
girls. They got in the car and it's their headlights, and they're beckoning him to join them and live with them until the end of his days.
Doesn't this
Comic
take place?
ending. Comic ending.
Sure. Doesn't this like take place in the 50s? Or I could be like completely wrong about that.
Probably not the 50s, because she's wearing a bikini,
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, what am I thinking?
and she'd probably be like run out of town for that in the 50s.
Well, it takes place not in.
I had like maybe an 80s vibe. I think that's when it was written about.
I can see that.
So not like super conservative America, but you know,
You know what's happening.
conservative enough that you get kicked out of the store for. I mean, one of the things is this is by a beach. This isn't like.
Do we know?
This isn't like if I went to the Schnucks on Arsenal
Right.
in my underwear and like, or like without a shirt on, just random.
Oh, it's from.
Although I
60.
could probably get away with that because I'm a guy.
Double standards. No, but
Do we know anything about his personality or his desires or his background or blah blah blah?
I know he's worked at the store.
No,
for a
but he
while.
strikes me as a guy who would be a lot happier not working in a grocery store.
Yeah.
See what you're doing? Okay, so both of you did it, by the way. I mean,
Oh!
Alright,
Get wrecked, Emmanuel.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm so better than you.
no. It's both of you are reading yourselves into the narrator. You're assuming motives that
Okay.
are not explicit, but
They
you
might
believe
be
you.
if I could remember the story.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty
Okay,
good
possibly, right? So, is the ending, is it comic or ironic? Is that only determination the reader? Is it the reader who determines which way it goes?
Well, actually,
Are they the ones who determine the meaning because they're the ones that are reading the intentions and motivations of the character?
Possible, I guess.
when John Updike, the writer of the story, was asked if it was comic or ironic, I'm pretty sure he just gave some like open-ended answer.
Yeah,
Like, well, is it?
I remember hearing this story, like, a SLUH student met him at some book signing or
I
something,
think
and
Mr.
he
Ryan
asked,
met him.
and then his response was, "You tell me."
Yeah.
Well, that's
In which case, I'm sure the SLUH student, having managed to graduate SLUH, said it was comic.
Ironic,
Because
ironic.
you have to be kind
Yeah,
of
you
smart
have to
do
be
that.
pretty. You have to be pretty smart to graduate SLUH, and yeah, he would say ironic. 'Cause,
Yeah, comic.
yeah.
You mispronounced comic, I'm afraid.
I think you're not pronouncing it phonetically. I don't think you're pronouncing ironic phonetically. So, sorry about that. Apparently, it takes place in 61, or it's written in 61, 1961. That's when it's written. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. I guess it like explains the point of view of the store. Actually, maybe any store manager. I don't know. I'm not a store manager. I wouldn't know how I'd feel about girls walking into.
Would you kick a girl out for that if you were a store manager?
If she didn't have shoes or shirt, no service. Can't argue with that.
Do they
If
have
it's
to have
policy,
shoe-
if it's
do-
policy, essentially.
Do they have to have shoes on just because as a store manager you leave so many broken glass bottles on the floor that they'd probably sue you if they got their feet cut up?
He's writing it to the narrator. He's doing that thing. It's like it's not in the story. You're
Oh yeah, well I made it in the story, so
okay. All right. Yeah.
take that.
Okay. Can't argue with that. Right. Alright. Common denominator, middle class suburban.
I didn't get to see what most people said. Like it didn't show me
I
the
think they're gonna
results.
say so tomorrow. And like
Oh, in the
I mean the
newspaper?
prep yeah, the
Yeah,
prep
they probably
newspaper.
are, actually. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
Tune in this week to Prep News, find out what people say. Which is actually pretty. That's actually like pretty good.
That's pretty clever. I bet all the freshmen though were like,
Like
What?
AMP, what's
I
a
don't
comedy?
have the
What's-
sophomores even
what's
read
that
it yet, do you think?
Yeah.
Is it that early in the year?
It's pretty early in the year. I don't know if they've I think they're on like short stories right now.
Yeah, they probably read it then.
Yeah, they probably.
If they're in that Frank O'Connor book.
I remember them talking about people saying that the Larry Delaney stories are ironic, which is not true because Christmas Day is comic. Or maybe they're saying it's comic.
I had an argument with my
Okay.
English teacher and the rest of my class that I thought the Beast was ironic
Of course you did.
because they were trying to. He was like the idea is it's a kid's book, and you read it
Yeah, I haven't heard of it, but
and it's like okay, so this is an example of a comic ending.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah,
You're like,
I'm just not
hey,
gonna
let me step
agree with
in
you
there.
for the
Yeah.
sake of it. And I ended up
contrarian.
bringing up some like valid points that. You know what? Why don't I look it up? I bet I can find it. That
While you're doing that, I'm gonna play In the Arms of the Moon. So, Mr. Keep doing what you're doing.
Chunk deserves to die.
Okay, yeah. Oh. Have you ever heard this? You don't think so? Maybe like the chorus.
We're gonna get so copyright flagged for this, you know.
Oh yeah.
there, stop. I don't want to get in trouble.
You shouldn't risk it.
Let me see if I can find. I'm not.
Beast.
Maybe if I go into
When was-
images.
Images. I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
getting a lot of beauty in the Beast, which I don't want.
Go figure. It'd help if we knew the writer. But
Yeah, I don't.
anyway, just like give a synopsis of the story.
If I can remember it
Because
properly.
I don't remember it.
It's like this girl living on a farm. She lives on a farm, and there's like a beast in the woods nearby.
Yeah.
You know,
Pretty sure the beast doesn't
As there
exist, right?
is.
as there is in a children's book.
Every
It happens.
farm,
And it's like her dad gets all up in arms about it, like literally up in arms. I think he busts out a shotgun and stands in the doorway. It's like, I'm gonna get that beast, and it's like it's like everyone in her family says don't try to meet the beast. Like, you gotta stay away, you gotta be afraid of it. And then one night, after everyone in her family is asleep, she hears something moving around in the barn, like trapped in there. Because plot, and she climbs in, and she sees the beast in there. And so she jumps down and says hello, and then the beast turns out to be really friendly, and they become friends, and then does she let the beast go, or does she...
I don't even remember this part of the story. Like, I feel like, we probably wouldn't have read different books, but I do not remember this part of the story. That makes you think of Maggie and the Beast, some old show. But...
Yeah. I think my argument hinges on if she's ended up just falling asleep. I think she just fell asleep next to the beast.
I thought they never even saw the Beast.
No, she finds it. It's like on the cover.
I don't remember this at all.
And she realizes, like, oh, it's really friendly. And then she falls asleep, like, under its fluffy arm. Because it's like, it's kind of looks like a big, like...
A puppy.
Beanie Boy, like, just like 10 feet tall. And,
a Beanie Boy pig.
And it's, like, really peaceful, and that's where the story ends. And so my English teacher, and I'm assuming most English teachers were like, oh, see, this is comic. This is an example of a comic story, right? I don't think it is.
Why do you think that?
Okay, let me explain. Okay. So, it's a comic, they think it's a comic ending because it's like the girl falls asleep next to the beast and she realizes like, hey...
Because she left from the entrapment of fear of the beast.
Yeah, because she discovers like, hey, if I reach out and I love things, then it'll be okay. But what we're not considering is the dad, who still has his shotgun. He's gonna wake up in the morning, and he's not gonna find his daughter, and he's gonna be like, where is she? And she's gonna go out, and he's gonna go out with his shotgun in case the beast got her, and then he's gonna see her, and then he might see, and he's probably gonna find her in the barn, if he hears movement in there, and he's gonna see her under the beast's arm, and he's gonna kill the beast, and it's an ironic story. Because,
okay, you're not staying within the reins of the story, though.
Well, it is not a big jump to make, I don't think.
How do you know?
Her family is still afraid of the beast. Society has not been fixed, it's just one little girl. And there will probably be violence soon to come. So, it's ironic.
I still think that's like a really big jump, yes?
So you did say that literally up in arms, as in the weapon was mentioned and...
I think so.
His desire to use it was mentioned and...
I don't remember this at all.
I really think so.
Okay. Yeah, that would be important.
If that is true.
Daddy's got a shotgun.
Yeah. So, I mean, he obviously wants to resolve this conflict with violence, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is problematic, I guess.
Ironic storytelling.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's entrapment though, which they escape by the end of the story.
The girl escapes, the family doesn't.
The focus is the girl. She's the protagonist, right?
Yeah, she never... Maybe she does go back to the family and says like, maybe... Let me think about this. Maybe she releases the beast?
From like the barn?
Yeah, and then goes back to the family and says, hey, he's cool. But then I don't think they believe her. This would really be nice if I could find the story. I don't know what it is.
But no, you're not wrong to want to consider what the potential outcomes could be beyond just the ending of a story.
Either way, I know for a fact that by the end of the story, she's still the only one that knows the beast is cool. Yeah. And everyone else is still very much afraid.
It's still comic for her.
How? She has a family who's living in fear.
Forget her family. What if she runs away with her family? I mean, runs away with the beast.
Yeah.
She'll be happy with him forever.
Did the beast hold down a job? Does the beast have health insurance?
She lives in a cave, probably. I don't think they have cave insurance, sir.
Yeah.
What?
Being made aware that your entire family is filled with hateful people is not...
If she lived with the beast, she'd have to watch it hunt. So now we're going to have this little girl...
Who says it hunts?
How does it eat?
Have you ever heard of a supermarket?
What does it eat? It's a beast.
Okay,
it's
so you're saying a beast can't go to a supermarket.
It's going to go in the supermarket wearing nothing but a bikini, and the manager's going to kick him out. And then the employee's going to quit.
That'll be ironic.
That was the beast. The beast was...
There's the beast all along.
Wow.
So the beast got his comic ending in a way, because AMP is still comic.
Because,
but
now
the beast is ironic.
Because AMP is ironic and the beast is comic. So it goes from comedy to irony. I can agree with that.
Oh my god.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I swear to God, my English teacher from last year, who was only here for 1 year, he was an ASC guy.
Oh, McInerney.
Yeah, so he's like in Kansas City now. If he ever listens to this, which I don't know why he would, he's gonna be very disappointed in me.
I'm disappointed in you, Padre.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
What?
Mr. McInerney was a good man.
Did you
Shout out to Mr. McInerney. Because why not?
Did you ever meet him?
Oh yeah. I mean, we had dinner every Monday night, right?
There
The
you go.
ASC.
Was he the one who'd be like, "Oh, Mr. Page, your soda is so good"?
My soda is so good.
Weren't you talking about like that one? Since you're bad at cooking, that one guy would
No, that
compliment
was
the
my-
things that you didn't actually cook.
Exactly.
Like this napkin is so.
That's a neat napkin. I like the folding.
That was one of my novice brothers.
Oh, okay.
So not one of the ASC. All the ASC have been wonderful, lovely people.
So there you go.
I don't know.
And they never made fun of my cooking, partially because they never tasted my cooking. So
Can't make fun of something you never tried.
exactly.
Like the Savannah bananas.
Oh, I've tried the Savannah bananas.
Let's not
Okay.
make full circle back to that.
Let's not
Yeah.
make in bacon.
Let's not make a taco here. No, let's not make a wrap and go all the way around. It's a wrap.
I'm so glad you
Oh.
agreed to this.
Oh, this is painful.
Once again, having second thoughts. You're just regretting everything. You were saying something about, before we got on that McInerney tangent. What were you saying?
Oh, still on the McInerney tangent.
Oh, okay, back to this.
This is. I like that story. We're probably gonna have to wrap up soon here. I mean, we could just keep going, but I think an hour is
Yeah.
acceptable.
It's in
Anyway,
the name.
this is a good story to finish on. So, at the start, the first day of second semester, Mr. McInerney says, now that I know your guys' names, I guess if you have any nicknames to call me, you can, I can do that. And then he follows that up. Like, or if you have any nicknames you want me to call you. I might have worded that wrong. If you have any nicknames you want me to call you.
I mean, if I could call Mr. McInerney a nickname,
Um,
the Macananster.
McDonald's.
McDonald.
And then he immediately follows that up with, just kidding, I'm not going to call you a nickname. But I had gone to the bathroom, so I hear him say that out of the hallway, and then I walk in after he said that, but before he says just kidding. So in that 3-second gap, I say, oh, you can call me Sputnik, like just the first thing that pops in my mind.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And he was like, really? And I said, yeah. And so he kind of started calling me Sputnik, like in class, if I raised my
Wow.
hand and he called on me,
Oh.
he called me Sputnik. He'd be like, yeah, Sputnik, what do you have to say?
Does anyone else even call you that?
Tony Battisti did for a little while because he was in my English class, but he doesn't anymore. So now that's just my personal thing.
That's your
Anyway,
favorite thing with him.
So then, also or maybe third quarter or something, he taught a class of freshmen. Because I think it was one of our English teachers, I think it was Dr. Sutherland,
Yeah, I think.
went on maternity leave. So
Right.
he taught her class for a while.
Yeah.
And so he kind of knew some freshmen. And at one point, I walked past him when I'm leaving school, and he's talking to some of his freshmen, discussing grades or something. And this was just right there at the entrance to the J-Wing. And he says, see you later, Sputnik. And I say, see ya. And as I'm walking away, I hear one of his freshmen go, did you just call that guy Sputnik? And then I just left. And I was like, you have fun explaining that one, Mr. McInerney. So yeah, that's what
He's a good guy. Yeah.
I'm glad to know that I was in his very first class, because I think there's a lot of opportunity to just end someone's idea of teaching. There are teachers, I'm sure, who did it for 1 year. Oh, I'm done.
I can't stand this.
Yeah.
Yeah, SLUH is a good environment though, so
We only send good vibes here.
I think so.
I'll punch you in the face if you don't agree to making bacon. Good vibes,
Right.
everybody.
Yeah.
So I think that's
A
wrap.
taco.
a sandwich. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to leave it off there. Goodbye, everybody.
Yes.
Goodbye, Emmanuel's mom and
Yeah.
me.
Love you, Mom.
Because I'm going to listen to this and analyze all the things I did wrong.
Right
Probably
on.
talking over you guys again. I'm sorry about if I did that too much.
That's alright.
It's all good.
So yeah, see you guys later. We'll see you next week.
And
And
don't forget to check your pulse.
oh snap! That's it.